Hello everybody, very good morning to you all and welcome back to another live stream here at Taurex and Atmos. Do me a favour quickly, can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, because I've lost the audio mixer on my streaming software. I don't know if I've deleted the audio, so please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I won't say anything else until I see at least one thumbs up, please. Yes, I think you can. Yes, you can. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Let's try that again. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to live stream here on the Taurex and Atmos on the Taurex YouTube channel, giving away 10k from Atmos as always, and giving away a 50% deposit bonus into Taurex today. This will be the final stream for a couple of weeks, so I want to say that first because people sometimes watch and then clock off. If you're wondering why for the next 2 weeks there won't be any streams scheduled, that is why. I'm currently in talks with having more giveaways to make up for the lost time in a couple of weeks time, so I'll update you on that. So yeah, today, yesterday, the winner of the giveaway has contacted me, so he's in the process of making his account, unfortunately, so there isn't two 10Ks today. He did message me on Discord, so he is claiming that prize. Do not worry. I know I can see where you wanted to have a couple of prizes there, so yeah. Also was sent this today by one of the members of the community, so thanks for that. Yeah, so I'm off to Australia tomorrow, so this is the final day for me, final day for me working for a couple of weeks. I'm having a bit of a break from trading, probably the longest break that I've had for quite a few years, actually. I can't remember the last time I had like 2 full weeks off of trading as such, but we'll see how it goes. You know, traders have a break. It's that time of the year, you know, it happens across the industry in the summer months. People go on holiday. Does that look like me? Someone take a picture. Actually, worryingly, if I put glasses and that hat on, it actually looks a bit like me. So yeah, thanks for that, Curtin. I think it was, who sent me that. Nice one. So yeah, I will not be streaming for the next 2 weeks, but we do have a fantastic team of moderators in the channel, in the Discord channels. So should you have any questions or anything like that, they'll be there on hand to answer your questions. Yes, I know the stream, for some strange reason, I don't know why, the stream said that it was going to be at 1:05. I never stream at that time. I always stream, for me, at 11 a.m, which is 7 a.m. UK time, 8 a.m. UK time, so roughly when the UK and European session opens. So yeah, I don't know why that is, but I didn't want to change the link. It didn't let me edit it, so I didn't want to change the link. So we're here now. So this is it, and you can watch on catch up anyway. So I do apologise if that's put people out of place, but there we go. Anyway, let's get this person off the screen. You'd probably rather see him than me, to be fair. Hello to you all in the on the YouTube chat. Anyway, it's good to see you all. S Martin, hello to you. Adolphus, we've got Hassan. Good morning, Adolphus. Hope you slept well. Yeah, I slept well. Still feel like I'm starting to get a bit of a cold, but not the best timing. But we're just going to ignore that. Hassan, hello to you as well. Good morning to you, Daniel. Good to see you. Piyush, hello to you. Jeanette, hello to you as well. I know you're over in Australia, but you're leaving Australia as I'm coming to it. Curtin, hello to you. Good to see you. Jane, hello to you as well. Daniel, short-term pound strength. My bias would be to shorten the pound. Maybe waiting for some retracements, or will the pound fly? Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the pound in today's session as well, because obviously we've just had the UK inflation figures out. Dayon, hello to you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Previous winners can win again. Yes, that's true. The draw that I have for the giveaways, I don't have any settings on. The only setting that I have on is if you're a subscriber to the YouTube channel, then it doubles your chances to win. So it gives you 2 times the multiplier in the live draw. That's all. If you won last time, it's literally completely random. It's the only fair way I could think of doing it. Jane wants me to look at gold. Yes, no problem. Riz G, hello to you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hello to everyone else who's messaging as well. We've got Blue Zone Trader, Echo Vibe, Porus, Creatato, Mayank Candela FX, Vinner, hello to you. Good to see you. He was one of our winners. Vinner was one of our winners on the Atmos giveaway. Rakes, hello to you. Good to see you as always. Sarav, Mr. Tassi, hello to you as well. And hello to everybody else who will be joining in just a bit. So let's first of all talk a little bit about what happened yesterday in the sense of the US inflation figures that came out, which caused the market move, as we said yesterday. That caused the majority of the move that we had. And to be honest with you, I thought it was a bit of a mixed report, to be honest. We had the year-on-year inflation, which was, to be fair, 0.3% higher. So people were thinking, oh, maybe that's the tariff effect from sort of April and March. So that's potentially why we saw, well, not potentially, that's why we saw a increase in the US dollar yesterday and a bit of a fall in gold. But the core CPI was slightly lower than anticipated, but again, it was higher than that previous. The month-on-month figure was higher. So overall, it was a fairly strong US CPI report, so there was a little bit of a reaction in the US dollar in terms of US dollar strength. Why is that? The reason is because now the interest rate cut that was priced in for not July's meeting, because they're going to hold rates, but the interest rate cut that was priced in for the next meeting, which was just going through the percentages. September's meeting has gone down to more like a 50-50. When I showed you this yesterday, I think it was more likely that we were going to see an interest rate cut. This percentage was higher. Can't remember what it was. Does anyone remember? I think 70%, 65% or something. Well, now that's gone down to 52 because of the strong inflation report. So that means obviously where we're pricing out interest rate cuts in that day, we saw the strength in the US dollar. Okay. Now I know yesterday I spent a lot of time talking to you all about like the US dollar weakness that I was expecting. That story hasn't changed for me. You know, the fact that we're going to see all the things that I said yesterday about the Trump tariff deadline, etc., coming in August. I still haven't seen the move in the dollar, which says to me we're now bullish on the dollar. We might get it. That's fine. If we get it, as I say, I let the charts do the talking. But at the moment, when I look at the US dollar, okay, yes, it did break above this pattern that we were looking at, and it did break above this fair value gap. So it's passed a couple of tests in terms of like the bull story. Fair enough. However, for me, the actual move was from 99.4 down to 96.2. That's the wave that we're currently in, and we're still within that wave. Okay, so that suggests to me still that market structure is bearish on the higher time frames. That's all that matters to me. So I'm still actively trying, and maybe we can do this today. I'm hoping today's a good time to do it. I'm still looking for potentially some dollar weakness and some euro dollar strength and some pound dollar strength and some dollar yen downside. However, I would be lying if I didn't say that it's passed quite a few tests now, and we're getting towards the bit where it's like we're getting towards the bit where we're either going to change into that bullish structure or we're going to fall, but it's getting to that last step, you know. So when I was looking at the chart and I was thinking, where is the last step really, to be fair? I mean, my issue with this is there's not too much more resistance coming until probably around 99.1. Now, the market could roll over from here. That could happen. But I've got alarm bells in my head thinking, are we going to be beginning to turn bullish here? Not yet. So we'll see how this goes. I'll know the answer to that probably after my trip to Australia. But there we go. In terms of right now, still looking for dollar downside, to be honest with you. But we shall see. And I'll try and look at some more actual trade ideas on the other markets as well. Just want to quickly see if there's anyone who's made any comments. Hello to you all. Everyone commenting, win, good stuff. Is there any markets that anyone wants me to cover? Is there any questions that anyone has in the time that I won't be here? So for the next 2 weeks, you're not going to see my face on the live streams. This is your last chance to ask any questions that you might have in the markets coming up in the next couple of weeks, or markets for today. I'm obviously a little bit slightly hesitant in placing too many trades right now, but we'll try. The first market that I want to take a look at is euro dollar, which, to be fair, is still in that sort of within this sort of bullish channel, this bullish trend line, and this channel that we're in at the moment. Yesterday we had quite an aggressive move lower in euro dollar because of what we just spoken about, down towards the 61.8% and down towards one of my order blocks. Now, I had a potential trade lined up, which to me was going to be sitting sort of around where this area is in here. So really what I want to see is the price do this for a bit, okay? And then when we get a situation where, if I zoom in on this, we have a reaction from the trend line, the demand zone, and the 61.8%. This is about timing as well. If we can get the price there at that exact point on the chart at any point, that's when I'll look to buy a euro dollar. Okay, so make sure you save that for the next couple of weeks, because I won't be able to update you as such, but I will. This will be something that I would do in the next couple of weeks. Nikhil says it may go down. Hassan has asked me to have a look at the GBP USD on the long-term perspective. Sure, yeah, I can take a look at that. No worries. So that's my view on euro dollar at the moment. When it comes to the pound versus the US dollar, we did make a move down in towards this demand zone. I said yesterday I didn't really like it, and I didn't like the aggressive nature. You can see we did tap into it yesterday. You see that little wick there? We tapped into it, and then we moved higher. This isn't a trade. This isn't a trade I've placed. Okay, so I'm going to delete that. I actually think that if you look at the pound US dollar, I think this is potentially one which, when you think about that channel that we marked on euro dollar. Okay, if you look at that same channel on the pound US dollar, you can see it's actually been broken. And I'm actually wondering whether this is a good short opportunity. But you see there's conflicting views there, because the dollar's still sitting within that. The dollar's still sitting within that bearish wave. So it isn't like a high confluence trade for me. But if you're someone out there who thinks you're bullish on the US dollar, I think the pound dollar actually looks good for some downside. It looks better than euro dollar. So what I always do when I trade is I try to say, if I'm bullish on this market, what's the best pair to trade? And if I'm bearish on this market, what's the best pair to trade? So I've now noticed that if I'm bullish on the dollar, if I want to try and play dollar strength, I think now the pound dollar and USD CAD looks the best market to try and benefit from that. And I think if I'm trying to play dollar weakness, then I think euro dollar still looks the best, because it still sits within all that sort of channel and that confluence and that demand zone. It still sits within that bullish structure for me. So yeah, I would actually short pound dollar, to be fair, in the current situation it's in. It would be counter trend on the dollar, so I'd look to lower my risk. So even though this is a 4-hour trade, I'll probably do something that looks like this. The risk reward is pretty good as well. If you look, I mean, obviously, I highly doubt we're going to get this, but say for example we did get a massive wave low. Why not? Forex pairs, they fluctuate and they go on sort of 6-month trends. Imagine you target it all the way down. Probably wouldn't happen. But I would target sort of lows along the way. Maybe this low here we could see. Because if you look at this whole entire move, yeah, we could easily see a correction down towards this wick here where the 38.2% is, and that's a 6.7 to 1 risk reward. It feels like it's worth 1% risk, especially with how much we won on the how much I won on gold last week. So yeah, something that looks a little bit like that. So that's something that's on my mind, and probably by the end of this stream, I'll make a decision on whether I look to press the button here. Let's have a look. Any other questions? That's the pound US dollar. Why is the Japanese yen weak still? Yes, it's actually getting battered, isn't it? But remember this. Remember this. I mean, I don't need to say any more, do I? It says it all in front of you. I mean, we spoke about this trade for quite a while. I'm not in the trade as such, but that's mainly because I just need to make a decision on whether this is a sensible trade to make. I mean, there has been quite a nice reaction from it. Maybe one of those ones where you try to get in, like, you can see we tapped into that area, 15-minute time frame. After we tapped into it, obviously we had a liquidity sweep on the 4 hour as well. Then we get a breakdown below this. So there's our break of structure. Okay, now we could get a move back up to the supply zone and then go lower. So that supply zone is there, this area of resistance. Yeah. So I'm actually wondering whether this would be worth a small stake trade, like a scalp, almost like a scalp. Like the stop loss is only 10 pips, it's super tight. But obviously you can understand that should we start to see a move lower in dollar yen from that higher time frame supply zone, then this is a fantastic risk reward. So when I trade this sort of thing, you know, you get a high loss ratio. That's just the nature of it. When people trade tight stop losses and with big risk rewards, you lose a lot of trades. However, should you catch on to a really, really good one, then you can make some amazing profit with just a small stake. So I'm actually thinking of doing like a 0.25% sell at this level. Actually sits quite nicely as well, just around that 149 level, which is quite nice. So yeah, something that looks a little bit like that. It's something that I'm looking to do. It's a bit of a tricky one because I'm flying tomorrow. So if I can get it tagged in today, I'll do a 0.25% sell on it. Okay, that's what I would say. Nikhil wants me to look at silver. Yeah, sure, I can take a look at silver, no problem. I will do that. I've got no water left, which is lovely. Okay. And then obviously, sorry, I forgot to say that this morning, what is it today? Wait, is it Wednesday today? It is. Yeah, UK inflation came in a bit higher as well, 3.6%. So we had been higher inflation figures this week across the big economies, which is potentially tariff driven, maybe. Just want to point you quickly in the direction of yesterday we had obviously CPI, which is like the primary gauge of inflation. Today we've got PPI, which essentially is like the price in which like producers are paying for their materials or whatever, for their for their resources. Normally when you see higher PPI, it means that the cost of producing a good or service is higher for a business, and that normally gets passed on to the consumer and results in a higher CPI. So it'd be interesting to see if the PPI is stronger in this print as well. So I'm just reading some of the chat here. Hello to you, Naturally Fit. Now, hi Connor, is the 100k funded account part of today's giveaway, or is it through the Gleam link? Just to make sure I've done everything to qualify. Thanks for the great session. So for the giveaway for the streams, for the live streams, it's a 10k giveaway. You have to comment win, like you see a lot of people doing now. Comment win on the YouTube chat, and you'll be eligible to win the prize, and you'll be put into the live draw for the end of this session. The 100k giveaway is separate to this. This isn't part of the 100k giveaway. Okay. If you have any questions on that, go into our Discord and reach out to the moderators, and they'll be more than happy to help you on that. Okay. Okay, good stuff. Right. So yeah, slightly. Not going to lie, yesterday's inflation print did put an element of doubt into the whole dollar bear case. However, I'm hanging on to it, but just. So yeah, we shall see how this goes. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 0.25% sell on this, and I'm going to monitor pound US dollar as well. And I'm really going to be monitoring the dollar index to see, it was quite a big move yesterday, to be fair, and we broke above some key resistance areas, and I don't see much more resistance until 99.2, which means that there could be some more dollar upside to come for the next couple of weeks. Right. What does that mean for the likes of gold and for the likes of silver? Well, obviously, when we saw the dollar increase yesterday, obviously that means we saw some gold weakness. We can see that we did move straight. I'm slightly frustrated I missed this because we did move straight into this area. I'd love it if we could have got a test of the channel that we broke, but that was quite a nice buy area. Again, it's a similar sort of thing with gold. Gold is inherently bullish, yeah? But the fact that we're seeing a stronger dollar, a retracement in the US dollar, is just capping the potential for gold to go higher. I don't think gold will go much higher until I'm talking about like the explosions we've seen in gold this year. I can't see how we're going to get that unless two things happen. One, we see a considerably weaker dollar, or two, we see a considerably heightened risk in the world. There's massive uncertainty or panic or fear. At the moment, that's just not there. The only way that will come, that the second point where I made about the uncertainty and fear, the only way that would come is if Trump comes in on the tariff deadline and slaps a load of high percentage tariffs on these economies that have failed to make a deal with him. I don't see anything else, which means that I think gold will continue to sort of range. Okay, so I think if you trade gold in the next couple of weeks, unless anything changes from the situation we're in now, I would look to always try and book profits fairly quickly and move that stop loss to entry, because I think it's going to be, broadly speaking, a bit of a ranging market, to be fair, and you can see the price action suggests that on the daily time frame as well. What does OSM mean? I don't know what OSM means, Nikhil. It's terrible, isn't it? No idea what that means. I'm trying to think what it means. Yeah, fair enough, Daniel. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. In fact, the more I talk about it, the more I'm sort of thinking short-term US dollar strength for the next couple of weeks, and then see where we are with the tariff situation come the deadline on August in August the 1st. Okay, cool. Silver. Someone wanted me to take a look at silver. Interesting. Nice breakout in silver. Out of this, we had two. We had a head and shoulder. We also had the bullish flag. We can see we broke out above this bullish flag now. Really nice. Sometimes this is what happens, yeah? A lot of people get caught up in trading gold all the time. Gold's been stuck. The case normally is that silver's stuck and gold's going crazy. But sometimes it's worth a quick look at silver, because you can actually see, as that time where gold has been stuck in that range that we spoke about on the daily, you see that silver's been exploding to the upside. So maybe silver's a better buy. Oh, look at that. Right from the 50%. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, It's been a nice breakout on silver. It still will struggle a little bit to have huge breakouts if the dollar does continue to gather momentum to the upside. But broadly speaking, this is a really nice breakout that we can potentially try and look to benefit from. I don't really mind it from where it's gone now, but again, I will say to myself, where would I look to buy this? Difficult one, because like, where would you put your stop loss in this situation? I don't really like this sort of price action, to be honest with you. I can't really see anything that where I could say that's an entry. Oh, awesome. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, it's definitely bullish. It's one of those ones that you sort of got to just try and catch in on the next wave higher. We have reacted from that 50%, so maybe something like that around where we are now. Like, if I was actually going to trade it, I'd probably just be like, let's try this. Keep it really, really simple and try something like that. Not the way that I trade. I always wait for the areas that I know. It's weird when you traded for a long time, you sort of know what those areas look like. For me, I can't see any of them at the moment, but that's probably what I would do. 32 minutes already. Any other markets? Anyone that anyone wants me to cover? It's my final stream for a couple of weeks, remember? So if you do have any markets you'd like me to go through today, please feel free to let me know. I'm just going to click through some of them. What's oil saying? Oil's doing nothing. Yeah, we looked at Bitcoin yesterday. My opinion hasn't changed on Bitcoin. Yeah, a nice breakout to 120k. Do I think we'll breach 120k? Yeah, I do. When? I'm not sure, but I know that if I was going to look to try and trade Bitcoin up to 120k, I'd wait for this area here at 110. That's what I would wait for. We've had a nice breakout. I want to see a rotation, bit of profit taking back in towards the 110, and then target 120 again. That's what I'll do on Bitcoin. Stock market. Yeah, Piyush, nice one. Because I've sort of deserted the stock market a little bit. Because it's really difficult conditions. To be honest with you, because we're on that grind. I think the worst markets to trade are the ones that are just like continuously really grinding higher or really grinding lower and lower and lower, because it doesn't give you that it doesn't give you that area of support or resistance. You sort of just have to like get in and just like slowly watch it tick 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 tick, but then you can get that sudden sharp like release of tension in the market. So it's hard. So I'm looking at the US 100 at the moment, looking at the Nasdaq, and I mean the area that I would look for would be probably something like this, because we've probably got some liquidity sitting below here and here, and I'd look for both of them to be cleared for a move down into this area, and then boom, look for something like that. Because like I always think, like, imagine if you bought the Nasdaq like within here, like in the space of 13 days, you would have moved from 22,750 up to 22,850 points. Really, it's gained, and a lot of nothing. These are nothing candles, really. It's just a grind higher. So yes, still remaining bullish on the stock market as a whole. Do I think we're going to get like a huge wave higher? Not if Trump comes in on August the 1st and slaps the tariffs down aggressively. But should there be some deals that are made, yes, I believe the stock market will continue higher. I certainly will look to sell it. I'm sort of hoping that Trump comes in with the higher tariffs from a trading point of view, because if he does, I think we'll see an unwinding of a lot of a lot of taking profits on the stock market, and I think that will offer up more buying opportunities in the future. We did take a look at euro dollar earlier as well. Euro dollar's still that one which for me is euro dollar's the one for me which, if we're going to play, we've had a bit of a reaction there. 5 minutes, yeah. I think we could be going higher here on the dollar, you know. I think at least until that August deadline, I think we could be seeing high dollar. Adolphus says, Connor, when are you going to be visiting Africa? Pretty soon, I think. So at the end of August, I'm going to Bangkok to meet the team out there and represent Atmos, the funded program that we've got. So I'll be doing a talk on the stage at one of our events, and I think that coming in the pipeline after that potentially would be me coming to Africa, to our Tanzania offices, and doing a talk or meeting some traders on there. So yeah, as soon as I have more information on that, I'll let you know. It's not planned yet. The only trip that I've got planned is the Bangkok one. I just want to say as well, people, that if you want to follow my journey to Australia from tomorrow for the next couple of weeks, if you want to see any pictures of me doing whatever I'm doing, then feel free to follow me on my trading Instagram account. I'll post some pictures and stuff on there. Yeah, and that'll be the way in which I'll be communicating with you, I imagine. So yeah, feel free to drop me a follow on there, and I'll be documenting some of the journey and some of the things that I'll be doing. Okay. Platinum. when I have my mentorship scheme coming out, maybe there'll be a chance in the future to have some meetups at different locations, maybe like some seminars or something like that. Maybe some competitions that people can win a trip out to Dubai potentially. We'll see. Yeah, all that sort of stuff. All that sort of stuff can happen. Platinum. Wow. Is it 5 minute daily? Platinum looks like it could be breaking out. That would probably have been the entry. This would have been the trade. Again, a bit messy, isn't it? A little bit messy, sort of in that holding pattern, sort of within a wider bullish flag pattern here, but broadly bullish. I'd probably expect now that we see at some point at least a move up to test. And the reason why I would expect that as well is because there hasn't even been any sort of run at these highs yet. So that suggests to me that at least we can see a run up on these highs. Even if we see a liquidity grab, then great. But yeah, that can be something that I'd look for on platinum. Any update on the release date of your mentorship? I don't have a release date just yet, so I can tell you what the plan is. Obviously, there's loads. It's not as easy as just like opening up a mentorship. I'm really working hard after like we do these streams. I'm really working hard on trying to get the academy finished. So I can tell you all that I will have a course which is genuinely the best course I've ever made. It's going to be recorded in a really nice, slick, professional way. It's not going to be like a course which takes 1,000 hours worth of studying. Essentially, what I want this course to be based around is learning risk management first and technical analysis second. So you're probably going to find that I'm not going to teach you everything about technical analysis. I'm going to teach you the things that I think you need to know, and they are going to be linked to the strategies that I'm going to be releasing. Because in the background, people won't know, but I've been working with a really fantastic coder who's been helping me backtest multiple strategies, ones that I've used, ones that I've adopted from somewhere else, ones that I've tweaked, my own systems, etc., and we're narrowing it down to 3 strategies which will have 5 to 6 years of backtested data. So I'm only going to release showcase the ones which have got good results, and basically the academy is going to be based around those strategies. So the technical analysis concepts that you will learn will be the ones that are in the strategies, etc. Does that make sense? So I'm working hard on that course. When that course is finished, I don't know, but I imagine that it will be. I come back on the 5th of August. I'll be recording all of that month. I'll go to Bangkok at the end of August. I would hope to think that I would have all the recording of the academy done by the end of August, hopefully. And in the meantime, that'll be edited and everything else can come out then in terms of like how the one-to-ones might work, or the exclusive webinars, etc. So yeah, it should be good. Okay, right, we're going to do the giveaway now because we've covered pretty much all the markets that everyone has asked for today. There isn't a market I've left behind, I believe. I did look at gold as well, Adolphus, back earlier in the stream. Broadly bullish on gold, but I think that the gains are going to be capped a little bit because of the stronger dollar at the moment. So for today, 10k giveaway and a 50% deposit bonus giveaway. When I come back from Australia in a couple of weeks, I'm hoping that we can roll over the prizes and have a couple of weeks of double prizes as a welcome back. So the final winner for now of the 10k Atmos giveaway is Vortex Trading. Well done to you. Please, could you drop your Discord username on the YouTube chat, and I'll message you on how you can claim your prize. And the winner of the 50% deposit bonus at Taurex is ORYX Media. Well done. Good stuff. They're our final 2 winners for a few weeks. Well done to you people, and please drop your Discord username in the chat section, and I'll message you on how you can claim that prize. Well done, fantastic. Just reading some of the comments here. You came around the Connor RSI on TradingView yesterday. Am I the author? No, it's not me. That's not me. Daniel, I can tell you that the Trend Rider is going to be in the academy. It's going to be in there. I have results for it as well. The results, I'm just because I'm an open and honest person. I'm not going to tell you something that's not true. I've got results for the Trend Rider. It's not fully completed yet. The results are okay. I wouldn't say it's a strategy that I would pin all the hopes on because I've got results from it. I would say that it's, in terms of like drawdown, it's decent, but in terms of like returns over a long time, it's quite slow, sort of averaging sort of like 6-7% a year on the whole, which I mean can be the same as a hedge fund performance, but for me, we want a little bit more than that. But it's going to be in there because it's a really good entry level strategy for people to get used to. So yeah. Okay, that just leaves me to say, thank you to everybody who's tuned in today. If you want to follow me on Instagram, as I said, Connor Wood Trading, to updates on my trip to Australia. I do hope everyone has a good time in the markets in the next couple of weeks. If you do need anyone, reach out on Discord. We've got a team. The team know I'm not going to be there, so they're going to be even more on the ball in terms of the moderators in both channels. So they will be able to answer any questions you may have in the meantime. I just lagged there, but we're all good. So yeah, and anything else, I'll try to reply to things as I can, but I can't promise anything. Until then, hope everyone has a good couple of weeks in the markets. Trade well, trade safe, keep that risk nice and tight, and I will see you all on this stream in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you very much. Take care.